Okay everybody, today we're going to be talking about this blowtorch and what we're doing out here. So we got this fence line and we are running out of places to put more plants, and we were looking back across the yard saying, man, if we could just get rid of all that junk back there on the fence row, we'd have more places that we could put fruit trees, like maybe a fig tree collection, or some pawpaws, or blueberries, or, you know, just countless things that you could do with this space back here. But to get in here with a chainsaw, clear all this out, and keep it clean from weeds and vines, almost impossible. And then I saw a video where one of these guys had these torches. And so I went to Harbor Freight and I bought the cheapest one that I could find, like 20 something bucks if you use the coupon. And I tell you what, every dude that is responsible needs one of these things because it is cool. I tell you what, I tried it out just before we started the video, and I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna show you some neat stuff with it. Now, when you get it straight out of the box, you have to attach the hose. That's it. You screw it in the tank, it screws backwards because that's the way propane does, so you don't accidentally screw oxygen materials into a propane cylinder. They reverse the threads. Now, I didn't get the one that has the striker on it because I already have a little propane torch that I could light this thing with. So other than that, that's all it is. Just hook up the hose, it's ready to go. One thing to keep in mind is that propane tanks have an emergency shutoff valve that if you crank this thing open, in order to stop free flow, it has a valve in it that will shut off the propane inside the tank. So be mindful when you do that, that when you start this, just crack it open. That way you just slowly release the propane and you don't free flow the tank and lock yourself out. All right, we got it opened up. We have propane at the torch. We'll go ahead and light it up. Adjust the little knob so you have a constant free flow. Turn that off. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Get it right down at the base of the plant. You don't really want to scorch the whole entire plant in order to kill the plant. You just need to singe the fine stem at the bottom. Like maybe this grass right here. Give it some heat at the bottom, that whole thing will die. This little tree right here, and the whole thing will die. I should be able to go through this entire hedgerow in about an hour, hour and a half, and have this whole thing torched to where I can come back in a week when it starts growing back, torch it again. You may have to do this several times. Just stay on top of this. After a couple of weeks of torching that fine new growth, it'll eventually die and you'll have a nice clear place that you can plant. And that's the plan. So we're going to go ahead and do some more torching here. Now, one thing to keep in mind, it rained just a little while ago, so all this material out here is wet. You don't want to come out on a dry day, and especially not on a day that you've on a streak where everything is dry and is susceptible to catching fire. If this was a dry period, we wouldn't be out here doing this because we'd catch that whole field on fire in the yard, and we just don't want to risk doing any of that. So keep in mind the environmental conditions when you decide to buy one of these things and come out here and clear your hedgerow. It's actually better that if you do this on a wet day and there's water on the plant, when you hit it, it'll steam up and it'll help kill off those plants. So just remember to try to do it on a wet day, or at least a day that things are not going to catch fire. Empress tree. This thing drops tens of thousands of seeds. We got it coming up all over the yard. That one's not going to live. I'm having way too much fun with this. I should have bought one of these years ago. Oh yeah, absolutely. Take this thing camping with you. You got some wet wood, some not so dry material. Just lay that torch right there at the end of it. Just a couple of minutes, you'll have a fire. So that's one of the things you can use this for. But look at this. Poison ivy. Not anymore. Get out of here, devil plant. Some of it won't come back, some of it will, but if you just stay on top of it every couple of weeks when that new growth emerges, just scorch it again. It'll be a lot less to do next time around than this time. Yeah, but it's all wet out. That stuff there, It's all wet.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, it won't go anywhere. I know, right? If you're out in your garden and you need to do some weeding, just walk around the plants. You don't need to juice it. Just reach down and scorch it. And it'll kill all the weeds in your garden. You don't have to worry about the risk of putting out a lot of flames and killing your plants. But you could just walk right down your rows and weed your entire garden. Couldn't resist. All right. Okay, people, we're back out here. It's been a few days, and it's kind of want to show you what the foliage on these plants look like. And I think the new attack is going to be coming in with the chainsaw and this bigger stuff with the torch can't get down, you know, and you got bigger stalks. We're going to come down and clean that up. When that starts to come back out, we're going to hit it again with the torch. We're going to finally get this place under control. And figs and mulberries right now is the plan. We're going to start getting this all planted out with something that provides food that we can enjoy. All right, so if you find this information valuable, if you've enjoyed it, we encourage you to hit the subscribe button, set your bell's notifications so that every time we do a video, you'll get notified. Give us a like. If you really like it, share it out on your social media with your friends. So thanks for watching.